all pipes, and I feel like I would do a disservice if I didn't let Turi introduce this beautiful songstress of ours. So Turi, who are we having on this show today?
Now listen, I hate to make things about me, but I have been following this girl since, I don't know, since forever when she was doing, covers, song covers with just her phone. I remember. Like, I have watched her growth. I don't mean to sound old, but I have watched her grow, and it's so refreshing. She has this refreshing sound. It's not common because sometimes it feels like I'm listening to my Spotify playlist, and it's so refreshing. You're like, this is a Kenyan babe, and then she does her covers, and then she does different renditions of different songs, and you're like, Jesus Christ. And then you see how when people are singing, they make faces and distort and become no. She is just easy. Like, there's just a zen vibe to her, and it's not common. Her name is Bridget. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Bridget Blue. Like, it's so cute also.
It really
Bridget
is.
Blue.
Thank
How do you
you.
come up with that?
Yes, that's a very interesting name.
Well, I just like blue, the color, and it's a B like my name.
Yeah.
I think my sister's Instagram, her first Instagram account, she I think was Blue Petal something.
Yeah.
So a part of me feels like I stole it
Yeah. It's
somehow.
okay. That's siblings. If you have a sibling, you have to rob them of something, okay?
You must. You must. It's the order of the day. If you don't steal it, then it doesn't even feel justified.
Yeah.
But it's such a beautiful name, and
Thank
not just
you.
the name, but you're such a beautiful young woman with such a beautiful voice. There's something about listening to Bridget that's just like. Actually, let me tell you. She started trending, a couple of weeks ago, yeah? About 2-3 weeks
When she
ago.
was doing the different covers.
The covers,
Oh, yeah.
yes, in that really nice white jumper. And everyone was just like sending her videos out, and you're like, okay, who is this? At first, honestly, I thought she was some Nigerian artist who has now officially decided to post herself on social media,
Yeah.
and we're all raving about her. Next thing I see, I'm like, wait, hang on, she is Kenyan. And we were, honestly, I felt a sense of pride in my, I'm just like, yes, another Kenyan doing an amazing job. And we were so excited to see it. Everyone shared it. A lot of people shared your music. A lot of people shared your covers. And the good thing is that you've kept it consistent. You've kept pushing your content out. You've kept giving us more and more music, which is such a beautiful thing. A lot of people, you trend and then you disappear. So thing number one, you see yourself, the first share, you're like, oh, thank you so much, it's your friend. The second share, it's a friend of a friend. The third, the fourth, the fifth, you're like, okay, hang on, what's going on? How does that feel for you?
Unreal.
Yeah?
Because I feel like when you start, it's very innocent. When
Yeah.
you're making the video, you don't imagine, especially if you're doing it because you enjoy it. And then when it starts getting traction, sometimes you feel like an imposter.
Yeah, imposter syndrome.
Yeah, because you did it with a different mindset, and then it takes off. So it's an incredible feeling.
Yeah?
Now you're a
Yeah.
superstar.
Yeah.
But now I have to ask you, because looking at you, you look very, what am I saying? Young. Like a
Really?
baby. So I need to ask you, how old are you? First?
I'm 22.
Oh, she looks like a baby.
Really?
And initially, like, I'd see her, and I'm like, what umefunga high school? Oh, ako on holiday. And she's just, like,
Wow.
she's asked for permission to use her phone so that she can record her video. But, there's just a very innocent look to you. Is that an advantage, especially in the music industry? Or is it a disadvantage where people are saying, you know
look
what,
too
you're
young.
too young,
Tryna know who you
you don't know what
go.
you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, listen to us, the veterans, and then we're going to tell you what to do.
Well, I'm actually shocked you think that, because I get that you look older than you actually are.
Yeah.
Statement a lot of the time. But then someone told me that if you look at me like
Your
up
face
here, you think
upwards.
I'm like young, and then I stand up and you're like,
Oh, okay. She grow.
yeah, because I'm like, I think I'm plus size, yeah. So I don't know. I haven't really experienced any kind of different treatment or yeah.
Based on your age or anything. So it's just
No.
been Gucci.
Yeah.
And then another beautiful thing is that your first, as we said, we started seeing you on the trend. It was a collaboration between you and Jibril. Most people know him as J Blessing.
Yeah.
It's called Jibril. So how did that combination, or how did that collaboration come into being? Were you friends? How did you end up with making videos with JB, and then here you are?
So Jay contacted me when I was in high school. I was 17, and then he said, when you finish high school, find me so that I can help you. We make some music. So I was like, okay, but I don't know why a part of me was like, I didn't really have confidence in him. It's just what I felt like it would be one of those situations you say yes, but then
Nothing
It just
happened.
disappears.
yeah. So a few years after that, I think we talked once every year since then. And then nothing really amounted, nothing manifested from like our plans because I was signed. And then earlier this year, it was around February, he was doing a project called the 36 Project. And then he wanted me to be a part of it. So when they called me to studio, it was him and So Fresh. And then we were just jamming. And then Woman came up. And then we started building on it. And it became a song.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And now, JB, why were you on the internet looking?
At
It's giving
17-year-old.
We're not bashing you.
Kidding,
It's giving
kidding.
how Justin Bieber was discovered by
so
this
young.
random guy on the internet.
Asha is just trolling the internet, finding, oh, nice voice, you know.
But you know, we love it. But also, I have to ask: have you
Yeah.
always wanted to do music, or is this something that just took?
It was so
Is
natural
there something
that you
else
didn't
you
feel
wanted
like
to do
anything.
apart from music?
I've always wanted to be a musician, an artist since I was really young. Some form of artist, whether I'd paint or do makeup or sing.
Yeah.
So growing up, I think the more you mature and you hit puberty and you're around people with different perspectives and different ideas of how they want their lives to go, you start feeling like yours is not serious. Yeah, so around high school, I started feeling like maybe I need to do something else. But then I'm just glad I eventually stuck by this whole
By
thing.
your passion
Yeah.
project, and you went with it.